going into Hobby Lobby. And that's because I saw on someone else's channel, they're having a really good clearance on a line of stuff that I love. It's by a maker called Tim Holtz, and his stuff tends to be expensive. It's a lot of like inks and stencils and stamps and things for paper crafting. And it's things that I use in my junk journaling, but I don't buy a lot of it because it's expensive. Sometimes I find it at the thrift store, but mostly I just use other things. But I was like, well, if I could get some on clearance, that would be great. But I'm laughing as I prep to go in because I like to show what I find at stores because I don't go to many stores. But when I find good stuff, I like to show it. I'm like, prep yourself because you're going to get in trouble with a large group of people for going to Hobby Lobby, which is really funny because now if I go to Target, I get in trouble with the other group of people. I'm just like, wow, that's a lot. So in case you haven't noticed, and this is the only time I'm ever going to talk about this, I tend to be in the middle on a lot of things. I am Switzerland. I will not alienate large swaths of people based on a political issue, etc., cultural beliefs, religion beliefs, not my thing. I think we are all here on this planet and we all need to get along. And I think our country in particular has lost sight of that principle. And I'm a Christian, and I also believe that Christians have also lost sight of that principle. So that's where I stand on many things, in the middle, because I don't think it's my purpose to yell at someone on Facebook to try to change their mind about something. Like, that's not useful. It's not being good to my neighbor. It's not a loving way to live my life. So if I'm offending anyone by going to Hobby Lobby, I'm sorry. It's not a statement on who I am as a person. It's just they happen to have something that I want to purchase. And if I go to Target, I'm not trying to alienate the other side. I just happen to love Target, and they do a lot of good things as a corporation. So there you go. That's all I'm going to say about that. And if people get into it on the comments on any of my videos, I always delete it because it's not only me. It's not only my intention to be Switzerland. I intend for this to be a safe space for everyone who happens to visit here. Unless it's a troll who's trying to start up trouble, in which case I'm like, delete, block, goodbye, you're not welcome here. But you know, if people get into like even a casual conversation that I think is like edging on, could be alienating, I just delete it. I don't necessarily block the people, but I'm just like, nope, this is not the place for that. We're here to talk about crafting and life and thrifting and all the things I talk, gardening and all the things I talk about on my channels, but not about politics or religion or anything else that's highly controversial. So that being said, welcome to all. I'm going to go into Hobby Lobby, and later on today I'll probably go to Target, and that's just the way it's going to be. So let's go into Hobby Lobby, see if there's anything good. Okay, I'm back, and of course they didn't have the thing I went in for, the things, which was the Tim Holtz clearance. I knew that was going to happen because, you know, stores sometimes, like in one area of the country, they'll be clearancing stuff, and in another they're not. And in mine, there was no sign that any Tim Holtz products were on clearance, but of course I had to look around and see what else there was. Alarmingly, there was a ton of Christmas. I'm not ready for Christmas. Like, I know for DIYs, you have to start thinking now, but I'm just, I can't think of Christmas yet. It's August. Okay, but I did find some things that I'm excited about. One thing I had ordered on Amazon and then I canceled it because I found it at a better price here. This is the Tim Holtz Distress Mixed Media Texture Paste. This is so that you can kind of put textures on your junk journaling pages, which I've seen several channels do beautifully, and I'm sure it will look like a wreck when I try to do it, but I'm going to try it because it's cool. So that was $5.99. The one I ordered on Amazon was $9.99 or $8.99. So this is definitely a savings. And it is 1 ounce less, but how many ounces do I really need, right? Okay, so that was a good find. And then I also, in that same aisle, this is when I was looking for the Tim Holtz stuff. And I checked all of the clearance areas in all of the parts of the store, and there were no Tim Holtz products. Anyway, but I found this, which I thought was really cute for my journaling. It's just a stamp that has the dates, but like a really cute script font. So when I journal, I can stamp the date, which is just like an extra layer of fun. And it has years from 2019 to 2020, and then it's blank. I'm not exactly, I guess you fill that in down on the bottom. I don't know. But anyway, I'm covered for the next several years, and who knows if I'll even be journaling by the time this runs out. Okay, and then I did get a few just like little stock up items. I've been using my Cricut knife for paper crafting, which is a bad idea because I want it to stay sharp for my vinyl projects. So I got a cheapy little knife that I can use for my paper projects, and it was only $2.99, so I don't have to use my good one. And then I needed these. This was just a need thing, and I like, this is the size I use the most. It's like the 1 inch, I think, and they were $2.99 for this big pack. There's 12 of them, so I thought that was a good deal. And we've talked about this before. I love circus peanuts. A lot of people hate them and think they're gross, and it's kind of like you fall on one side of the aisle or the other on this, and this I do take a side. I love circus peanuts, so got those for myself. Got this for our house because we love candy corn and it's about that time, so got a bag of candy corn. And then a few other like, oh, and one bigger, okay, there's more. Okay, got this to try. I currently use my old Creative Memories one, but the refills are expensive. I'm not worried about preserving pictures anymore. I'm just putting paper together. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try a cheap one because I'm gonna use through what I have. And I don't wanna get refills for $1 million. So I'm just gonna see how this works, and I'll just keep trying ones until I find one that I like. And then I got this. This is a set of paper clips, which seems random, but I also use these in my junk journals. And I only have silver ones, like plain metal silver ones. So this was cute. It has black, white, and gold. And if you try to order like special paper clips online, they're expensive. Everywhere I've looked, they're expensive. This was $1.49. So I thought that was really great. Thank you, Hobby Lobby. And then I also picked up this, which I just thought it was cool. I'm not even exactly sure what it's for, but it has like little messages, I think. This one caught me. It says, do something creative that absorbs your attention, which for me, I struggle with anxiety. And for me, that is one thing that I can do that really helps my anxiety. It's like keeping my hands busy, you know, hands to work, right? Always a good thing. So I got that to see what else they say. I don't know. We'll go through them. So I think it's like, you know, like a self-care kind of kit. So, but I don't know exactly what you're supposed to do with them. Do something creative that absorbs your attention. Type of self-care. I will take care of myself. How it made me feel. Self-care is not expensive. It's an investment. Leave a positive message for someone else to find. That's kind of cool. And then drink more water today. So it's all like cards of like things you can do for self-care. And then things to be mindful. Meditate for 5 minutes. When your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. Appreciate the taste, texture, and smell of your next meal. So like all kinds of things to, you know, be in the moment. Then good habits for sleep, decluttering your bedroom, list 3 things you're grateful for, take 3 deep breaths, etc., etc. So it's all kind of things you can do for self-care. And they were $1.62. This was on clearance. So I thought that one might be kind of nice for me to work through. So anyway, that was cute. Okay, and then I got a bunch of paper, really pretty papers. I don't use a ton of scrapbooking paper in my journals. I like to use old paper, but I wanted to have a few. I'm going to be working on a fall journal, so I got some papers that, you know, just like to use as like covers for my signatures. So I got this one. Signatures are the little packs of paper you put together to put in your junk journal. Got this one, that one. And then just to have in my stash, I got 2 pieces of vellum, which if you're not familiar, vellum you can kind of see through. See how it's not opaque? So those are cool. And then just some other pretty ones that were just inspiring. And then I got denim to go with my sunflowers, because that's like my vibe this year. So the denim. And then this one I got to make little tags out of. I'm going to be cutting some out with my Cricut. And what else did I get? Oh, and this I got for Christmas time, for a Christmas journal. I haven't really done seasonal journals before. It's something new I'm trying this year. So I thought that would be fun. And then my favorite thing that I got is this. So I've always wanted one of these. I think it's supposed to be like a chicken feeder or something. I mean, obviously it's fake. But the real ones are usually like much longer. And I don't live on a farm. I don't have a big farmhouse. I can't have like that giant thing on my table, but I thought this was a nice size. And it was 40% off of $12.99. So it was only like $7 and change. And I think it'll be really cute, like filled with pumpkins and stuff for fall on my dining table. So that is my plan with that. All right, so that's my Hobby Lobby haul. That's my Hobby Lobby haul. I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.